it's the big day for little Harris. She will meet her mom Acorn. So yeah, we will move to Sav. Are you ready, little girl?
Well, if you can remember from the last episode, the little ones were introduced to the introduction cage. They were still going home for the evenings, but basically just getting used to their surroundings, the other monkeys, which there was a lot of interest. Of course, the main one's Acorn, who will be their foster mom this year. It's just that she's the one old enough. And of course, when you see Acorn, she's a lovely monkey. You wouldn't want anybody else looking after your kids. So the usual little bits of moaning and groaning of meeting a new mom is quite normal, and we've got sort of used to. But for these two, it wasn't very long. As Acorn, as I say, she's just such a lovable monkey. I think they just all know, this is my mom, this is the one I want, and fall into her arms as quickly as they can. Luckily, Acorn's one of those moms everybody would love to have. She's built to look after little ones, and of course she can accommodate more than just one in that lovely thick coat of hers. So she just knows how to look after these little ones, knows how to give them comfort, and basically they're cuddling them and looking after them as she slowly gets used to them and they get used to her. But as you can see, there's not much arguing or fighting. They just love her and sort of want to be in her arms. So she's got kind of an easy task to get around and get them to follow her, and hopefully things should go well when she tries to take them out into the enclosure. So everyone's currently getting ready for the release. I don't think the little ones realize what's actually happening or what's actually going to go on, but people are just getting the ropes and everything ready to let them out. This is little Harris jumping around Acorn. She unfortunately came down with a little bit of illness earlier on, so we were just treating her before we could get the little ones out back to and everything. But as you can see, she's perfectly healthy. Having a look at the troop, got the little ones both ready there. Trixi and little Harris both basically getting ready to go out very, very shortly. We just need them to go down onto the ground. Hopefully mom's going to carry one of them out and the other one will follow, but we'll see what's going to happen. So here they are down at the bottom by the feeding cage, very close to the door, and so hopefully it's not going to take too much longer before we can get them close there and entice them. I don't think we're going to have a problem getting Acorn out. She loves going back out into the troop. It's just whether or not the two little ones are going to be in a position to go with her and follow her out. Mom making sure the little ones are respectable before they actually meet some of her friends and the rest of the family. You don't want them going out there looking like ragamuffins, so she's just making sure they're looking respectable and they're in a position basically to go out and nobody's going to make fun of them. So Acorn sitting at the door there with holding on to Trixi, Harris sitting in the front. They should open the door any minute now, and let's see if this lot are how they're going to go out. Oh, that was a little bit quick for everybody. We'll just see if we can get a different view or different perspective of it, but that's Acorn out with little Harris hanging onto her, and little Trixi is the one actually following behind. So there you can see she comes out, Harris hanging on to her, Trixi following, the rest of her entourage all behind her. Some of them going to give a little bit of a warning look at the people out there and saying, hey, stop staring and seeing what's happening. But there's our little family, and let's see how they go further. So Acorn with Harris and Trixi, joined by Dabney, Soka and Ulka, forming like a little cuddle puddle, all happy to see the little ones and just wanting to give them a little bit of a hug where they can. But looks like Acorn wants to have a little bit of a break from everybody else. She's getting a little bit too much attention and is trying to get a little bit of alone time. But when you've got such cute little ones, I don't think she's going to get that so easily. Acorn, of course, trying her best to keep on sneaking off and just getting a little bit of time alone without the others noticing. But as you can see, she's not having much success at that at all. She's got her little entourage. Everyone wants to be part of these little ones and then bringing them up. And so everybody's always around her, watching her every move.
Trixi and Soka. So Trixi just standing. Oh no, Soka was changed Trixi.
So Soka misbehaving a little bit there and trying to carry little Trixi away, but didn't really manage or didn't really get very far. And of course everyone's back with mom again, hopefully behaving themselves this time. So yeah, we have Phoebe, Dora, Acorn with Trixi and Harris. Phoebe's story is a little bit of a strange one, as she apparently one day just wandered into some man's house and started hugging him, and of course he felt sorry for her and brought her through for rehab. Dora is an orphan from 2020. She arrived with a broken arm that had already set, so she hadn't had it looked at or treated. Unfortunately, the people didn't take her to a vet, but of course you can see she is able to use her limbs without any problems. So of course very, very important is the bonding and grooming time, and you're going to see a lot of that happening. So of course the younger ones always grooming Acorn, trying to get into her favor, hoping they're going to have an opportunity to be able to look at the little ones. Sometimes they've all got ulterior motives, as you'll see. They're always trying to pull a little one or take a little one away to carry them on their own. But of course the little ones just don't want to go at the moment, but it doesn't stop them trying. So they put in a lot of effort pretending they're grooming, and then slowly give a little tug and see if they've got a chance of running away with one of the little ones. But all of that is part of looking after them, also of teaching the little ones what's what and who's who. And these two are very, very attached to Acorn. She seems quite content with them at the moment, looking after them very, very well. She does like to have a little bit of her own time now and again, as you saw earlier. So she just does have to watch the big crowd around her, and every now and again just moves to a different spot just to get a little bit of peace from everybody.
So Harris is on Acorn, and Trixie is currently groomed by Phoebe. We can see her hand, and also by Soccer. Acorn and Harris. We also have Trixie around the back, and Soccer where we can't see the head.
Of course, meal times are just as important to everybody, and our little group here has just come over to eat what they can find. Most of the other monkeys that have already had something to eat, so it makes it a little bit more peaceful for these two. They can just find out some of the scraps that are on the ground, still some pawpaw, marrows and things like this left. See, there's some nice peppers and corn. Acorn also getting into some papaya. So yeah, it's an important time for them to learn when to eat, and I think maybe Acorn brought them on in a little bit later so that there wasn't any conflict with any of the other monkeys sort of getting food and eating food until the little ones get settled in properly. So this is also very important. On these hot days, this lovely piece of cucumber, there's nothing better. But yeah, and then back out to grooming and just making friends with everybody, making sure all's going well. So this day went pretty well. There wasn't any incidences or anything like this. The little ones have settled in quite well. Other monkeys seem happy to get them. As it is a kind of a small troop, I'm sure they would be, just to get their little numbers up and things like that. So of course everybody's probably very proud to have some new little ones in the group that they can also spend some time with and look after. I just don't think they know how naughty these little ones can probably get.
It's the first morning for Harris and Trixie in troop. They spent last night in troop for the first time. It's still dark on the video. It's brighter than it's really is. All the monkeys are still in the trees sleeping, except Berlioz is already awake and patrolling around the troop. So we will try to find Harris, Trixie and Acorn. They are probably with Acorn. Yesterday they settled for the night together, so here there are acorn with carrots on her belly, and Trixie just following behind. With Dora. Sorry, it's Soka, not Dora. With what coming?
Everyone sort of moved up to the shelter now to get a little bit of sun as it's still early in the morning, so everyone's still trying to warm up nicely. The grooming's all starting, and of course all the little ones are hugging around Mom. Mom's probably had enough of them in some instance because she's had them the whole night, and it's also time for her to get around a little bit. But yeah, she's there, as you can see, with everybody, all giving hugs, getting a nice little bit of sun. Little ones still behaving and very attached. It was their first night out, so it has been quite a big thing for them, but it looks like they've done okay, and it does look like Utka and Soka were looking after them. So yeah, they had a nice little group and a nice little family to look after them through the night.
Here's Trixie and Acorn. We also have Phoebe and Daphne and Soka. So Iris is currently on Soka. Oh, Daphne, sorry.
Sun's making it really difficult. I'm getting sun glare on most of mine. Got a different pose.
Iris, Trixie, Acorn. We also have Phoebe, Daphne and Soka. So Iris is currently on Soka, playing with her. Oh, Daphne, sorry.
Sun's making it really difficult. I'm getting sun glare on most of mine. Got a different pose.
I've just put the milk inside the fin cage too, and Trixie is already interested. She's a bit scared because there is an adult male on the top of the cage. It's yours, but it's very sweet and it's just actually protecting her from us, so I will just move a bit behind. She knows because yesterday she went to the fin cage and she had a drink. But yesterday was her first time having a drink, so today it will be now the second time. She is very confident. She ran far away from Mama Corn for having a drink. So it's really good. She's currently just here. Let's see if she's trying again. The milk will be there all day long, so she will have all the chance during the day to have a drink.
So Harris and Trixie are in South Troop. It's the second time we released them due to Acorn having to go back in the intro cage because she had some health issues. Now she's fine again, so they were released for a second time. Here you can see Harris. He absolutely loves to stay on Acorn's back. She basically spent the whole day on her. Either belly, most of the time on her back, on her head, doesn't matter. Just right next to her. Like that. So here, Daphne laying down. Daphne loves to be with Harris and Acorn. She's currently being groomed by Nora. It's feeding time for Acorn, Harris, Trixie. We also have Phoebe.
Well, the day is coming to an end, and the little ones are enjoying main feed. There's some beautiful lentil sprouts that have been thrown out. That's what you see. They're scratching around and picking up beautiful fresh green beans there. Lovely corn on the cob. We managed to get some beautiful ones today. And of course there's some butternut that they're getting the seeds from. But they're very, very interested in the sprouts. Very nutritional for them. And it also is very, very similar to what they'd actually be foraging out in the wild. So I think a very successful reintroduction. Acorn seems happy, little ones seem happy, and they settled into the troop very nicely. So we can just say thank you very much for our team, integrating them, getting them out so quickly. We're coming close to the end of the season. I think there's another one or two ones that have arrived, not little ones, but juveniles. And we'll just start following their progress, and then of course it won't be long for the next season to be starting.
Raise on trees.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed this final little episode of Trixie and Harris, and them going out with their mom Acorn into the big then he said big bad world, into the big wide world, joining and making friends with others. Looks like all the other monkeys really loved them, so it was really great watching this video and making it. I hope you basically enjoyed it. There was some nice camera footage this time to see them close up, which was really great. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next video that came out. Please do share. Try to get other people involved. It's very important for us. Try to become members if you can. All of those donating on PayPal and our other donations, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And it's helping us get a lot further with these little guys and getting them back out to their mothers.